So let's look at three additional ways where we think investors can be better prepared. And one of the ways that we'll start with is looking at diversification. Now, people hold mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, and they like to believe they're diversified. The truth is, those are just categories for holding positions that are comprised either of stocks or bonds, and it's not uncommon for people to have a mix of 60% stocks, 40% bonds. We're suggesting that you add more legs to your portfolio stool so that you have maybe 3, 4, 5 asset classes underneath your portfolio. It just makes for a stronger portfolio that might result in a smoother ride. So let's talk about genuine active management. What that simply means is it's moving out of risk assets like in 2008 where maybe the portfolio is 95% invested, 5% cash, but if we could flip that, that would be ideal because that means we got out of risk assets in a bad year, went to cash for safety, and then in 2009 as the upward mobility with upward volatility taking place in 2009, now we can afford to get back on that train track because the coast is clear. So let's be fully invested in 2009 and modestly invested in 2008. Let's talk about life insurance, not from the standpoint so much of what it costs, that's important, but what's more important is how much do you need. Most of us pay the amount that we're told to pay, but we don't really recognize how much we need in the event the breadwinner that we were used to having that kind of income show up doesn't show up, they go to heaven. But financially, what we want to do is maybe I'll miss the person, emotionally, but financially, I don't want to miss the money. So run the numbers to determine for each breadwinner what are your respective requirements in the event the income from someone who was working in your household, married or unmarried, doesn't matter, that can be replicated in the event they go to heaven. You're not left without chips. So let's recap the three tips we have for you. First, we want to make sure you diversify unlike you've ever diversified before. Put as many legs underneath your portfolio stool as you can accommodate in your account. Number two, look for active management strategies, things where the account can become more defensive and offensive as the market dictates, okay? And then finally, make sure that you're looking at not only what's going to happen so that you don't live too long, but what happens if you die too soon. So we want enough money whether you live too long or die too soon, and it means you just have to keep your eye on the ball and make sure that you can see what's coming, and that way you probably won't be upset by whatever might turn up in the apple cart. So we'll leave it there, and we've got more work coming your way, and your feedback is appreciated.